Good morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli urges opposition not to drag the issue of staff adjustment into controversy. Nepali Congress enraged after being barred from questioning Prime Minister's remarks. Country's cooperative sector lacks unified mechanism to archive debtors' details. Blacklisting the ones evading from clearing their loans remains a challenge. At least 30 people killed in the collapse of a gold mine in northeastern Afghanistan. At least 7 others injured. And Real Madrid suffer a stark 2-0 defeat against Real Sociedad at Santiago Bernabeu in the Spanish La Liga. Barcelona extend their lead to 5 points as Sevilla and Atletico Madrid settle for a draw. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has warned the main opposition Nepali Congress to refrain from fishing in muddy waters with regard to the recently issued Staff Adjustment Ordinance. Prime Minister Oli has also termed the criticisms over the expansion of the President's residence and the purchase of vehicles for the President as an attack against republicanism. Prime Minister Oli began his address at the meeting of the House of Representatives being focused on the main opposition Nepali Congress's protest on the Staff Adjustment Ordinance. Premier Oli said that the employee integration process was taken forward with the objective of erasing the financial stress on the state coffers, amounting to around 60 billion rupees caused by the self-retirement scheme. He added that there was no point in protesting the ordinance as more than 24,000 government officials had filed their applications for the integration. Main opposition Nepali Congress President Sherbal Dewa had criticized the government on the first day of the winter session of the parliament, alleging the government of forcefully assigning the employees to provincial and local levels. The Premier also termed the dragging of President into controversy because of the expansion of Presidential House and purchase of vehicles as an attack against republicanism. The Prime Minister not only defended the lawmakers who have been receiving the house rent despite having their own homes and those receiving the salaries of their secretaries in their own account, but went on to term the remarks made against such practice as an attack against democracy itself. Oli also responded to the sarcasms against ships and waterway transport in his own sarcastic way. In his 55-minute-long address, Oli claimed that the government had achieved 96% success in control of crime and further said that justice for Nirmala would be ensured by the government and not what he called the anarchic mass of people lacking discipline. Now the country's cooperative sector has been distributing loans amounting to around 2.75 billion rupees by collecting money from the members. The sector, however, does not even have a unified mechanism to keep the records of their debtors. The government had earlier pledged to establish a loan information center in order to prohibit the individuals who have already taken loan from a cooperative from doing the same from other cooperatives. However, the process in this regard has failed to move forward. This has given continuity to the scenario that any individual or organization that has taken loan from a cooperative can easily apply and receive loan from other cooperatives. There is no unified mechanism in the sector so as to monitor the amount of loan received by an individual from any cooperative and if the loans had been duly cleared on time. There is not even any provision to blacklist the ones who evade the cooperative's loans. The provision has been mentioned in the Cooperative Act formulated last year. However, let alone the establishment of the Loan Information Center, not even the regulation in line with the Act has been finalized. The program initiated by Nepal Academy of Science and Technology (NAST) 2 years ago to bring back experienced Nepalese scientists working abroad has turned ineffective. Although 2 Nepalese scientists returned home from South Korea in the first year of the scheme, none of the other scientists returned last year. As per the same scheme, NAST also called for application from eligible and interested candidates about a month ago. However, just a single Nepalese scientist in Korea filed his application within the deadline of the application. Meanwhile, the first 2 scientists who came home via the same program were physicist Madhav Neupane and energy scientist Lakshmi Thapa and have already returned after accomplishing their projects. However, none of the Nepalese scientists returned home under the scheme last year. NAST itself has admitted that the program has remained ineffective in spite of attractive slogan. The government has allocated 4.3 million rupees for the program this year alone. The scientists are of the view that the program has remained ineffective, mainly due to the lack of advanced equipments and laboratories in the country. The program, aimed at utilizing skills and expertise of the migrant Nepalese scientists for the country itself, is a positive initiative by the apex body which oversees the overall science and technology research in the country. It is, however, a better fact that the program has failed to produce the desired result due to the academy itself being technologically incapable and the lack of conducive atmosphere for the scientists in the country. Now, moving on, the meeting of the parliament itself was affected yesterday because of the immature decision of Speaker Krishna Bahadur Mahara. The parliament meeting had to be deferred through a notice as the speaker failed to take any clear decision on whether or not to hold the questions and answers sessions after Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli addressed the meeting. As per the parliamentary timetable, the Prime Minister was supposed to speak on the issues of public interest in the meeting. Opposition lawmakers demanded for a chance to make queries on the Prime Minister's remarks. However, Speaker Mahara got into a state of confusion and failed to make a concrete decision. The main opposition, Nepali Congress, has insisted that the agreement was forced beforehand for letting 5 of the lawmakers to put forth their queries. Speaker Mahara, however, requested the opposition lawmakers to remain quiet, citing that the questions and answers session was not scheduled. The lawmakers, however, objected to it and questioned the role of the speaker himself. Speaker Mahara decided to allow them to question the Prime Minister only after the altercation. The lawmakers of Nepali Congress then criticized the speaker for setting the number of lawmakers allowed to ask their queries. The dispute intensified after the speaker continued with the meeting despite the resistance from the main opposition. Even other opposition lawmakers expressed dissatisfaction towards the speaker's role. Experts are of the view that although it's the speaker's right to decide on the modality of the parliamentary timetable, they should be duly able to effectively maintain collaboration between all the parties in the House. However, Speaker Mahara has repeatedly failed to live up to this responsibility. Although 3 years have already passed since the devastating earthquake of April 2015, more than 8,000 houses damaged by the quake haven't been reconstructed. In this context, we had asked the residents of Gorkha why has the reconstruction of private houses been delayed. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
सरकारले पैसा दिइन केले बनाउँछ र त्यसै पैसा राको हो नि
पहिलो छोटी गुनासोमा फारम भरि त्यसमा नि आएन दोस्रो पल्ट गुनासोमा फारम भर्दाखेरि बल्ल 50,000 किस्ता पाएर मैले घर बनाउन सुरु गर्दैछु
नाम ननिस्केर किस्ता आएन के हाम्रो
बिम राख्नाले तेस्रो किस्ता चाहिँ अलिकति ढिलो भयो
दुई जोडी गुनासो भर्यो अहिले सम्म पनि पाउँछ कि भन्ने आशामा छु खै पाउँछ कि पाउँदैन यस्तो टोरमा बसिरहेको छु
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, why has the program aimed at bringing back skilled Nepalese scientists working abroad become ineffective? Your options are A, lack of modern equipment and laboratory, B, no attractive benefits, and the last option, option C, is lack of conducive environment for scientists. The voting is on. You can type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. With this, let us move on to the sports news.
Sports news.
Organizers Fidim Sporting Club have progressed to the quarterfinal round of the Falgun Ananda Gold Cup currently underway in Fidim, Pasthar. Fidim secured their berth at the last 8 following a 1-0 win against Morang 11. Foreign recruit Kachi scored the only goal of the match for the hosts. Morang wasted 6 wonderful opportunities to score in the match. Milan Dimal, Bhuvan Basnet and Suman Rai made a mess of their goal-scoring opportunities. Fidim themselves were very defensive after scoring their goal. Jhapa 11 take on Armed Police Force APF in the match under the tournament scheduled for today. Departmental team Nepal Police Club have secured their second successive win at the Manamohan One-Day National Cricket Tournament currently underway in Inarwa, Sunsari. Police solved the home team in Inarwa by a mammoth 277 runs in the match played yesterday. Batting first, Police posted a giant total of 373 runs in 50 overs at the loss of 8 wickets. Prem Thamang hit 16 fours in his innings. Sonu Mandal picked 5 wickets for Inarwa, while Saroj Basnet, Nishant Mahat and Rashid Khan grabbed a wicket each. In reply, Inarwa were balled out for a paltry total of 96 runs in 32.2 overs. Only 3 Narwa batsmen scored in double figures. Sonu Ansari scored 17, Amir Akhtar added 15, while Sonu Mandal scored 24 runs. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a great day ahead.